Some news just coming in. Union Health Minister Mansukh Mandaviya has written to Congress MP Rahul Gandhi and Rajasthan Chief Minister Ashok Gehlot. Letter reads that COVID guidelines need to be strictly followed during the Bharat Jodo Yatra and use of mask sanitizers to be implemented. Mentions that only vaccinated people must participate in the Yatra is what the Health Minister has told Rahul Gandhi and the Chief Minister of Rajasthan Ashok Gehlot, given that the Bharat Jodo Yatra right now is in Rajasthan. Till yesterday it was in Alwar. Minister writing to Ashok Gehlot and the Congress MP from Wayanad Rahul Gandhi, saying that you must be careful as far as the Bharat Jodo Yatra is concerned, must follow all COVID guidelines. Well, interestingly, this comes at a time when all the COVID guidelines have actually been suspended, so there is no mandatory masking or mandatory vaccination. However, the Health Minister has still written to Rahul Gandhi and the Chief Minister of Rajasthan, saying that all COVID guidelines must be followed. This comes at a time when the centre is watching the situation very closely. Just yesterday, the centre had also, in fact, written to states asking them to up their ante as far as genomic sequencing of samples is concerned, given that there is an explosion of COVID cases in neighbouring China. And that's the reason why India is also on high alert. In fact, the upcoming festive season is of worry as well, is what the government has communicated to states. Suspend the Yatra or follow COVID rules is what Mandaviya has said in that letter. It remains to be seen how the Congress reacts to it, given that the COVID guidelines that the minister is referring to in this letter have been suspended already all over the country. So masking is not mandatory, and nor are any guidelines being followed vis-a-vis vaccination. In fact, the uptake of boosters is at an all-time low in the country. And social gathering norms also from the past have been done away with. In spite of all of this, a letter has been written to Congress MP Rahul Gandhi, who is heading the Bharat Jodo Yatra, and also Ashok Gehlot, given that the Yatra now has halted in Rajasthan. The letter reads that guidelines must be followed during the Bharat Jodo Yatra, or else it must be suspended. Use of mask sanitizers be implemented. Also says that only vaccinated people must be allowed to participate in the Yatra. This comes at a time when there are growing concerns, not just in India but outside of India as well, of a possible spillout when it comes to COVID cases increasing, not just cases but also deaths increasing in China. China, in fact, has relaxed its zero COVID policy, and ever since we've seen an explosion of cases and deaths, and dramatic visuals have been coming in from China, speaking volumes of the situation there. There are concerns there is in fact the upcoming festive season, Christmas and New Year, and also people would be gathering at this point in time. The government has been warned of the situation, and the government has also gone ahead and told the states that improve your genomic sequencing, give more samples as per the requirements, so that any new variant or sublineage is going to be tracked accordingly. Rahul Gautam has more details on that story. Rahul, as far as the norms regarding COVID is concerned about social gathering and masks usage, that has pretty much been suspended in India. Right now, the Health Minister, writing to the Bharat Jodo Yatra and the people associated with the Yatra, including Rahul Gandhi, is obviously going to spark off a political slugfest of sorts, isn't it?
The Union Health Minister Mansukh Mandaviya has sent a letter to Ashok Gehlot, the Chief Minister of Rajasthan, and Rahul Gandhi, the Congress MP and former Congress President, saying that given the threat of COVID-19, what we are witnessing in China and other parts of the world, Bharat Jodo Yatra should be suspended at this point of time. In fact, we also said that strict COVID protocols must be followed during the yatra, and social distancing must be maintained. Now, obviously, you can expect that this is certainly going to start another round of face-off between BJP and Congress, because Congress, what we are learning from our sources, would certainly be giving it back to BJP, saying that this is nothing but an attempt to cut short this Bharat Jodo Yatra, which has been getting a lot of response from people, on ground zero. So you can expect that this issue is certainly going to gather more heat in coming days.
All right, undoubtedly, the Health Minister, of course, wants the COVID norms to be implemented. I'm just wondering what norms are these, given that all of these norms have been suspended right now. So unless there is a word from the Union Health Ministry about COVID masking norms being back in the country, to be followed once again, which perhaps is going to be the case, given that the meeting is going to be held at 11:30 a.m. today. The Union Health Minister is chairing an important meeting about the COVID-19 situation in the country, not just in India, worldwide. There has been a bit of laxity when it comes to the COVID norms, including genomic sequencing, which has slowed down in a big way in India and outside of India. Concern because cases are rising in China. Also, remember, cases have increased in Korea, South Korea essentially, because data for North isn't available. And also US and parts of Europe is what the WHO has categorically said. In India, this has taken an interesting political turn, with the Union Health Minister saying that the Bharat Jodo Yatra will be suspended.
ये आम लोगों की निगाह भटकाने के लिए बुखले हुए बीजेपी पार्टी ये तरह तरह की सारे सवाल उठा रहे हैं। बीजेपी पार्टी को ये कहना चाहता हूं, गुजरात में जब चुनाव हुई थी, मोदी जी घर घर गए थे, क्या मास्क लगा के, क्या लोगों को सारे प्रोटोकॉल मानते हुए गए थे? मंडविया के मैं पूछना चाहता है कि राहुल गांधी की पदयात्रा शायद आपको अच्छा नहीं लगते होंगे, लेकिन सारे हिंदुस्तान के लोग इसमें दिलचस्पी दिखा रहे हैं, शामिल हो रहे हैं, और इसके चलते बीजेपी की जो गोदी मीडिया की चलते जो प्रचार चलते थे, उसमें भी अभी छेद आने लगी, क्योंकि सोशल मीडिया में छाए हुए हैं राहुल गांधी जी की भारत जोड़ो यात्रा, नफरत छोड़ो भारत जोड़ो, ये लोगों में काफी इसका असर हुए हैं, ये जानते हैं मोदी सरकार। इसलिए मंडविया को तैनात किया गया कि कुछ बहाना बना के ये आम लोगों की निगाह भटकाया जाए।
Big development today. Well, we have a reaction also from Congress MP Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary talking about this, and as expected, this has taken a political turn. Now, what really has happened is that the Health Minister has said that COVID norms must be implemented in the Bharat Jodo Yatra. Why is this letter been written is the question the Congress is asking. Now, this comes at a time when the norms really haven't changed. Unless things move today, given that there has been a meeting that has been called at 11:30 to discuss the COVID norms in the country and whether there is a need to bring back COVID restrictions, concerns of increasing cases in China, neighboring China, and there are concerns that this is going to have a spillover effect in India as well. Health Minister Mansukh Mandaviya says norms must be implemented in the Bharat Jodo Yatra, or else this yatra is going to be suspended. The minister mentions that if following COVID protocol is not possible, then the yatra be postponed in national interest, taking note of the public health emergency that the world has found itself in.